Hi everyone, it's John Gualtieri here with this week's PowerShot. We're talking about the listing process and questions that we should be asking. Half of those questions occur before we even get there. It's the first encounter on the phone. But today we're going to talk about questions not to answer, or a specific question not to answer, and that's when we're touring the home with the seller. So two things. Number one is a lot of agents, in an effort to aggrandize themselves in front of the seller, talk about all the things the seller should be doing to get the house ready for sale. And what we do is we run the risk of the seller concluding that we don't like their homes. And that's very problematic. And so what I always say is wait until the listing agreement is signed and then discuss that thing or those things. Now, if the seller asks us a question about whether or not to do something, we never answer that question directly. We answer that question with a question. So for example, seller says, John, do you think we should paint this room? My response always was, Charlie, that's a great question. What are you thinking? Because at the end of the day, I've seen so much business lost when agents have asked that question and sellers are interviewing multiple agents. So, for example, what happened once with a client was, unfortunately, this was like a $1.5 million listing, the seller had a decrepit fence in the backyard. He asked my client, hey, what do you think I should do about my fence here, or this fence here? And my client went on to a diatribe about why he should remove it and replace it, which was a $40,000 ordeal. Seller interviews another agent. That agent said, just take it down and throw it on a dumpster. Let somebody else worry about the fence. Well, the seller hired that other agent. What should have happened was when the seller asked my client, hey, what do you think I should do about this fence? My guy should have said, hey, that's a great question. What are you thinking? I just want to take it down and throw it on a dumpster, quite honestly. Okay, let's do that. And see, we've got a listing. So at the end of the day, today's PowerShot takeaway is simply this. When we're asked by a seller whether or not they should do something, we never answer the question. We always answer the question with a question, which is simply this, hey, that's a great question. What are you thinking? So if you know anybody who might benefit from this week's PowerShot, please pass it on. And in the meantime, get out there, chop wood, carry water, and do it like you mean it. God bless.